Okay, so what was Malia and Mike's mother's relationship like? Seems like they had a toxic relationship. Are their mothers still friends? I don't know if their mothers are still friends. Obviously Malia did not have a good relationship with Mike's mom. After letting him know how she felt about him, she let him know that his mother wasn't about nothing for giving birth to him. So
Period.
So yeah, I wouldn't say they had a healthy um I wouldn't say they had a healthy relationship. She probably put her through it. She probably made her feel as if she wasn't good enough.
Definitely.
And she might have even been a meddling type of well, not in-law because they weren't married, but potential in-law. Um yeah, I don't think maybe they're no. I don't hear much about Malia's. Is Malia's mom and Mike's mom friends?
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know.
In the
I
future,
wouldn't
the book will
say
kind of
so.
go more into all of that. But these people roll in a very small circle of elite Black people, and even if they're
Right.
not friends, they're frenemies. You know.
Right. That's why, it might be like a Erica type situation.
Hmm.
There might even be a little bit of jealousy there. Prince Michael was supposed to get with, was actually supposed to marry Malia at some point, and that didn't happen. So I'm sure, Malia's mom was probably a little let down by that. And even no, I don't think Mike's mom ever liked Malia. I think she judged her from the start and probably was relieved that Mike went and married somebody else. Um,
Right.
so, no, definitely, I don't think Malia and Mike's mom had a healthy relationship.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Especially she definitely knew about the marriage to the other girl and she
Oh
never told
yeah.
Malia anything and she knew Mike was still with her too. Like she didn't say
Mhm.
anything. And that's why I feel like uh Malia's mom and Mike's mom had to be frenemies because there was nothing there either that would even led to Mike was getting ready to marry somebody else in a couple of weeks. And Sandy knowing that well, my daughter's still dating him. How's that work? And weren't they
Yeah.
engaged too? So they were definitely close, but not that close to where that was covered up for a long time. Um, and yeah, I'm pretty sure Mike's mom was proud of herself for that whole thing. And then, Mike dropping that bomb on Malia at the last minute, so I definitely, I don't think Malia's ever done anything to Mike's mom. So I kind of feel like there might be some scuff between the family names, or maybe her and Sandy had a run in the past to where she's like, yeah, and then she's taking it out on her daughter now, because we do see that dynamic too. So, maybe later on in
Mhm.
the story, it'll be revealed what the whole dynamic was there.
Hmm. Yeah. As the story progresses, we're going to see more about these families and their societies and how they interact. Like they'll have run-ins, and you'll be able to see, like, oh, okay. Malia goes off into like she just dogs his mom in this section, and I think she has like 5 years of just like, you know what, more than 5 years. They've only been broken up for 5 years, but they were together for years prior. And you know,
Mhm.
me and Alicia were talking a couple days ago, and I was saying how her mom used to always give me this look because her mom was like, I know one of these days Corinna's gonna pop off and back talk me, because her mom would just be going in on us. Like we wouldn't even do stuff. Like her mother would be like, let me tell you what I think y'all up to. We would be, we're
Was you?
gonna walk through
Mhm.
we gonna walk to the store, or we gonna wait for the ice cream
Y'all
man to come.
did. You about to? Mm-hmm.
And her mother would read us for filth in the dining room. Like we wouldn't have even done anything. She didn't overhear a conversation, and she'd be like, "Nah, cause y'all sneaky." And then I know what y'all thinking, And I'd be like, rolling my eyes, and she'd be like, "And Karina, you better stop with them eye rolling because that's back talk." And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Back talk," you know. because it was like I can't speak up to my elders, and this is my aunt. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I can't back talk. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, roll my eyes, close my eyes.
She
Okay,
had no problem putting her hands on people too. So,
honey, yeah. And I knew she would put her hands all over this body. So I was like, no. Um, so I had to get my eyeballs always straight when I was with her because she would call me out on the eye roll. Even sometimes I'd turn my back so I could roll my eyes, and she's like, I
right.
know you want to.
It took Karina a while to fix her face,
It did. I mean,
because
I
my
really had to
mom
get
would
to that
catch
age for
them
her.
looks. Karina didn't even have to say something. She'd be like, "No, I saw that, Karina. I
Yeah,
seen you
I
roll
mean,
your eyes.
she
You
was
got something you want to
on
say?"
us. And I'm like, no,
Mhm.
ma'am, no, ma'am. And every time I'm like, oh, I want to talk back. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I can't though. You know what I mean? And I think Malia probably had those moments where she wanted to speak up, where she wanted to tell, Mike's mother, let me tell you something, lady, because your son's lucky to have me, because I'm a real one, right? And she couldn't really do that, because that had been considered to be disrespectful, talking to your elders that way. We were really raised to believe, and I think it's a cultural thing. I don't think it's a good thing. We're really raised to believe that no matter what our elders say, you just have to put up with it, and you got to keep a straight face and you have to put up with abuse. And it's like, no, no, you don't. So I believe that Malia wanted to say some things. I think she wanted to get with his mom's program, and never did, because I'm probably gonna marry your son one day, and then we gonna have this bad blood. But his mother strikes me the type of person who is always like, who already like, okay, by the age of 25, y'all need to be having your first baby. By 27, you need to be having your second. No later than 29, you need to be pushed out your third and final child. Hopefully, God's gonna give you two boys to carry on this name, and maybe a little daughter or something, whatever. But really, if we could get three boys, that'd be even better. Like, his mother strikes me as the type of person who has certain things lined and envisioned for her family. And I think that if she would have been married to Mike, she wouldn't have ran her life. It'd have been like some royal BS that we saw happening with Meghan Markle, and then people trying to like push you around and tell you how you're gonna live your life and raise your children. And you're like, no, because God gave that baby to me, and I pushed him out of my body. Like, you're not gonna come over here bossing up on me like that. So their relationship was definitely very toxic, and she talked about everything that she did. His mom just always found fault with her. Like, she didn't like her like that. Like, Malia was good enough. She's probably like the best pick of the litter, in the city in terms of family status and background. But I just,
Mhm.
his mother strikes me as the type of person that doesn't matter who you are. Nobody's ever going to be good enough for my baby, you know? And I pray to God I'm not like that with my sons, because I have two sons. And I don't want to ever mistreat somebody like that. Nig, Nig,
I'm
how
like,
you do? Nig.
I don't know, Karini.
I mean, I wouldn't be rude.
No, you wouldn't mistreat him, but I don't think any. I don't know. I don't know if
I,
you would
I
think.
feel like there could be some girls, good for my boys, especially when they get older. Right now, there's like, teenage stuff talking about some girlfriend. I'm like, I'm not meeting anybody's parents right now. Like, we're not there. Like, when y'all get grown and get a little serious, then we can start doing all that. But right now, it's like, why?
I mean, you sure
Y'all
give
don't
me
go
a hard
nowhere.
time about my. Yeah, I see you give me a hard time. I guess you did help me push out Jalen, but
I was
you give
there.
me a hard time about anybody. Jalen's been with the same one for a few years, but
He's
you
been with
still
her
ain't
for
heard
like,
it.
I mean, and now they grown and they like getting their own place, and I'm just like, I don't know.
Mhm.
I was like Jalen second
She be
mom, and
giving
I'm
me
like,
the
oh, you got
too.
yourself a serious girlfriend at 14, because like my son has a girlfriend, whatever little thingy, but they don't see each other. Like,
Mhm.
she goes to school like 30 minutes away, so it's like perfect. Y'all can't do nothing. Y'all can't call. Like, you can just talk on
Karina
the
kept
phone a
that
little
one
bit.
quiet. She kept that one quiet because she knew I was like, mm-hmm. Touch that came in and happened to ask her a question about it. And then I was like, wait, what? What do I hear? What? He got a girl. Oh, not
I'm
Mr. Touch. No, not Karina's baby. Mm,
shut up. I'm just not here for all that.
mm-hmm.
I'm not there for all that. Yeah, but he gonna do what he want to do behind my back. So I'm like, let's have some transparency. Let's talk about it a little
At
bit.
least
Yeah,
talk. Yeah, don't
please
hide
talk
it from
about
me.
it. Yeah, because they're gonna do what they want to do.
That's what my brothers
Um,
did. My brothers just brought babies to the house. My mom's like,
yeah,
"Oh, who are
literally.
you?" And there was a girl at the front door with a baby both times. I was like, "Damn."
Yeah, I remember that.
But me and Karina got railed on.
I
We
mean,
couldn't go
baby,
nowhere. But our brothers, they could do whatever.
we were being. I just remember like I was having some flashbacks, and I'm like, just being threatened all the time. You better keep your legs closed, and I'm gonna have you checked. And like my mom used to tell me that she could take me to the doctor and see if I could
Mhm.
like see like they would check for my virginity. I was like, I ain't doing nothing. Because I
Mhm.
knew if El Ray and Kitty found out anything was happening over here between these legs, I was going to be murdered.
Girl.
And my mom and dad would tell me, we can take you to the doctor, we can have him check you. I don't even leave the house. Even to this day, I don't leave the house. You know what I'm saying? And it's because of them. I blame them. That's why girl, I could be home all weekend and not even step foot on the porch and won't even feel no kind of way about it. Just chilling upstairs in my room, watching my TV, go work out a little bit, go make me some food. They did
Mm.
a number on me. That's why we stay at home so much. Kirian, what's your thoughts? Or did you already speak?
I already spoke, but I was
Did
going
you?
to
Okay.
say earlier when you guys were talking about your eye rolling, I was like, Corenna has some of the best eye rolling I've ever seen. If there was an eye rolling competition, she would win, hands down.
I perfected my gift over the years. Been threatened a lot because of it, though. So, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Why didn't Malia just run and get help? Why stand there listening to Mike go on like that? I think for Malia, she really had to show Mike something. You know, this is a whole new side of her being empowered. And it would have been easy just to run off, but like I said, if I would have been Malia, Mike would have got it. Oh, I wouldn't have been running from nothing. And he would have put his hands on me and grabbed my arm. I wouldn't have just taken that. He would have got kneed and possibly clawed. Um, but no, I feel like this is the evolution of Malia. We see somebody who's something has awakened in her, and it's like I got to start speaking up for myself. I got to start using some choice words. And I think that she knows that if she's just that person, if she's a runner, he's always going to run after her. So I think her staying and having this argument, cussing him out, and really giving, because I mean, they got into it at the bar scene, but this was like next level. This was like, let me tell you what I really
Mhm.
think about you and your mama. So I feel like she's thinking to herself, he's not going to stop bothering me. He's not going to stop being relentless, but he's going to be red for filth every single time he comes through. You're going to get tired of coming over looking so good as a Tyler double, dressed nicely, smelling good, hair freshly cut, to just get chopped and screwed. Like, you're going to get tired of me tearing up your self esteem. You're going to be like, don't feel like putting up with her mouth today. So
Mm.
that's my take. Ladies, any ideas?
Yeah, I agree. I don't know why she didn't run screaming, ah, he's back, help.
Mm. I think like Karina said, she wanted to give him a piece of her mind. Like she had already moved on. She moved past after that little after the earlier situation. She had moved past that, and then all of a sudden he's up in her space again. So it's like kind of like a okay, you know what? While I have you here, um, let me tell you how I feel about a few things, and then you
Right,
gonna go on about your life, and I'm gonna go on about mine. So, for her, it's she probably sees it as like the final stance. We all know it ain't, but for her, she's like, if I never see this Negro again, he need to know how I feel, and so
right,
she laid it all out there. Um, and she probably didn't feel she probably didn't think she was any real danger. Um, yeah, he grabbed her arm. He's a little crazy or whatever, but when he grabbed her, she didn't scream out for help. So it was more actually infuriating. Like, what the hell, you better let me go. One of them type of things. So yeah, I just think she wanted to give him a piece of her mind, a piece of her sober mind without music blasting in the background and people pulling
right.
her away. Um, yeah, that's my take on that one.
I actually had somebody send me a text message with some questions, just like one or two questions. It says, Mike is using a lot of F boy language. Did he really think it was flattering to tell Malia that he thought of her while having sex with his wife? Girl, I don't even know what I would even say if somebody told me some junk like that. What was y'all's thoughts when he told her at the end of his relationship, in order for him to even sleep with his wife, he had to envision it was Malia? What was
I
y'all's thoughts?
I have actually had someone tell me that.
It's
Yes,
real.
and it. I mean, I was speechless, and I was just like, I mean, what do you say back to that? Like, it's disrespectful, it's rude, and the audacity. It's just like, yeah,
I,
I don't
you know,
understand it.
I've literally had one of my brothers tell me that. He was like, I don't know, I just can't get this other chick out my head, and I'm with her, but I'm making love to her, and I'm like, but didn't you crumple her up like a piece of paper and throw her away like trash, like, and now you with this new chick? What you think about somebody from how many years ago that you trashed? Like, you didn't just say, you know what, Kiki, it's not going to work between us. No, it was like, I have to make putty out of you. I've got to make ground beef out of this chuck steak, with you. And now you have to envision yourself sleeping with her because you tore up another relationship and she's not really interested. I'm done. Done. Alicia, you have a real funky look on your face, and I know that triggers something, baby. Like, I need to know.
It did. I just got my face all wrinkled up, and my brain is saying straighten up your face, but my face ain't cooperating.
It's
That's just
offensive, and it's just like,
very much so. I never had nobody tell me that. If they did, they would have been checked and slapped immediately. But it's like, okay, you were thinking about her, but you still, like with Malia, he was like, I had to think about you to sleep with her. If you're thinking about me, your heart's with me, you love me, how are you even able to perform with someone else?
make it make sense.
That's why my face is turned up. So
Yeah.
it's messed up to both people. The person that's
It is.
getting the work and the person that he's claiming to be thinking about while working somebody.
You
It's not
know,
fair to Malia or the wife. He's just trash.
all the way around.
Prince, he's back to Mike. Forget Prince Mike. He's Mike. That guy. Trash. Ugh.
Mm. Yeah, that's
And no, it wasn't flattering. It
it's
wasn't
not.
cute.
Mm-mm.
Girls, and I hope, if there's any men watching that, we don't find that mess cute. Don't
It's
ever
too
come
much.
up to me and tell me, I thought about you while banging my wife. Please don't do that.
No, sir.
Or don't
No,
even
sir.
tell, it don't even have to be me. Don't tell
No, sir.
me, I was thinking about Curie when I was with my wife.
No,
You
sir.
what?
No,
There's
sir.
nothing cute,
It's not
attractive,
none.
flattering, or nothing about that. That
I'm like, so
that
you
tells
just
me
raped me in your mind.
everything
you know,
right.
I didn't want you. You raping people in your mind? I don't want you in your mind or physically. God,
and I was
girl.
thinking on the flip side, how would a guy feel if we said that to them? I'm like, but they would probably love it. Oh yeah, I knew it. I knew it. You missed me.
They would. It wouldn't be a turn off. Be like, yeah, because I'm
Right.
that guy.
Yeah, because
Since
I'm
I've been putting
a man.
that work in. She ain't never had no hammer like that. Really? Okay. Got it.
They
Okay.
would feel real
Yeah.
good about
They
themselves.
would, you know what I'm saying? Because she said she had to think about me, you know what I'm saying, when she's with her dude, though. Sir,
They're
that's
so
ugly.
stupid. Like, bro,
A woman will
that's not
be
a
horrified.
flex. That is
A woman will
not a
be
flex.
horrified. A man
Like,
will
I
be like,
thought
yeah,
about you and
uh-huh.
still less.
I know
I thought about you
I'm
and I
still
let
that
somebody
guy.
your, your
I'm
brother.
still all up here.
Your brother would be all too proud of himself.
Oh, yeah,
Oh Lord,
definitely. Definitely.
definitely.
That would be
And
right up
come
his
back and
alley.
tell me and Corinna about it at dinner.
Hmm.
Let me tell
So
you what
next
this chick said to
question.
me.
Next question I have that I just received. It says, how do you feel about men who put down women to holler at another woman? Another woman. If Mike will act up like that in public, what do you think he will do behind closed doors? So we kind of talked about that already. But how do I feel about
Mhm.
men who have to downgrade another woman to holler at at me, I can't. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. I don't like that. And we've actually talked about this quite a bit, especially people who have like colorist issues and stuff like that. Like they'll be
Hmm.
like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Cause you know, I don't date dark. I'm like, why would you say something like that? Like, we're all black and all black is beautiful, baby. You know what I'm saying? So for you to try to say something like that in my presence, like I'm supposed to be like, no, absolutely not. And you gotta go.
And
You don't
and I'm gonna
or
bring race into it. I'll be that. I'll be the butthole to do that.
mhm,
It really bothers me when black men say that
yeah.
they don't deal with black women.
It's stupid. Your mama's black. Okay. Maybe she wasn't good enough for
And
your
if
daddy.
you have, even if you do get with some other chick, some other race chick, and you have a
That's
daughter,
okay. Yeah.
what are you going to teach your daughter? Because
To
she's
hate
going to be a
herself.
black woman.
Listen,
That's all your black ass is able to create is black people. It don't matter who you
listen.
get with.
That type of
Um,
self-hatred talk when you're trying to put down another woman, that really just shows how much you just like yourself. That really has nothing to do with anybody else. You just like you. And it's very reflective, and you are projecting that now. You know what I'm saying? And you're acting
right,
like, I don't care who you date. I don't care if she's black, white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Love who you love because you had a vibe with that person, because you were like, you know
right.
what? That person I met, and it was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's okay. But I'm never going to destroy a black man because my husband's not black.
And also on the flip side, if we're not talking about race, sometimes, I know there's been a few times where I've been in a store minding my business and I'll see a couple and the
Oh
girl
my
will start
God.
acting all types of funky ways. And then the guy,
Yes, I
because
didn't
he's
want your
with
man. It's okay.
her, oh, you don't want nothing like, you see how she looks? You see how she dresses,
You
blah, blah,
wish.
blah. On the
You
flip
wish.
side, you caught
You
him
wish.
looking.
I don't care if it's Tacoma or not. I'll turn this store out with y'all in it. I had a
Okay.
man do that to me one time. They were an older couple. He was black, she was white, and they're like in their 50s. I was looking for shampoo and conditioner. And he was all
Mm,
like, yeah, yeah, because you know what I'm saying, she about to have an attitude. And I was like,
mm,
what? So, me being as charming as I am, I kept doing my shopping. And so this woman is now being pumped up by this man who's telling her that I'm going to have an adverse reaction to them being together. I don't care about what nobody else is doing because I'm happy, baby. And I'm happy for anybody who's happy. I can't be mad at you because your wife or your husband is something. Shut up and mind your business, right? So he's
mhm,
like, watch, chica. Now he's whispering, but he's talking loud. Maybe because he's older and maybe he can't hear very well, but he's loud. He's like, watch. She about to just give you a dirty looking. The lady's looking like she's becoming afraid that I'm going to turn into a beast. And I stop and
mm.
I say, ma'am, I love your earrings. Where'd you get them from? She's like, oh, I got these from JCPenney. I was like, oh, they're so pretty. Was it like a gift? Because they were like a really pretty earring that you could tell was probably like a Mother's Day or something, like a birthday. She's like, actually, my mom bought me these earrings. I was like, oh, you have such a good mom. That's so sweet. And I was just like, I had to stop you and tell you I liked your earrings. I'm like, you guys have a good day. Bye. And so I went on to the next aisle and I was getting toothpaste. And I heard his loud mouth saying, never happened like that before. She was really friendly. I fully expected her to be rude to you. So now you are conditioning women of other cultures that when they see a black woman, fear them. Think that this woman is going to have a problem with you because we're together. So you're not a prize. You're not. Okay? Where's what, like 8 billion people on the planet? There's going to be some interracial dating, and that's okay. That is okay. My husband's Asian. Okay? Okay? And I didn't marry him because he was Asian. I married him because he was awesome. He was really nice to me. God forbid something happened tomorrow. Okay? And I had to be remarried. I don't know who it's gonna be with, to be honest. Because whoever gonna come through and treat her like she's a queen, she's gonna be there, okay? So that's ugly to do that. When a man has to man or woman, to be honest, because it's not really just like a male or a female thing. Because women will do it too, try to tear down another guy to try to win brownie points. That's not necessary. You don't have to do that. You know, I prefer you not, because I feel like if you come to somebody, you have all this bad energy going on, it makes you look ugly and it makes you look childish. I couldn't even take that serious. I'd be like, there's just a male friend that I've had in the past. Everything was always about his ex girlfriend. And I was like, They have been broken up maybe 22 years at this point. He's still talking about this woman. They have, I'm not even gonna put all their business out. Anyway, yeah, I am. They have a child together, and who he's not a father to. Okay, he's been forced to pay his child support, but to hurt the woman, I'm just not gonna see him. All live in the same city together. I'm not gonna speak to the child because I don't like his mother. And if you see him, have a conversation. He'll revert back to talking about this woman, tearing her down. Y'all were like what, 18, 19 when y'all was dealing with each other, and you're still talking about your ex. You're hurt and you need help. There's medication for that too. Just saying. hmm It's not a flex. It's not a flex. It shows how deeply hurt you are when you have to tear somebody else down. I think it was Kyrie. We were talking yesterday, and I was talking about when you have to tear other people down to validate yourself. You already lost. You lost. I remember somebody did something to me, and I was like a teenager, and I was running down the list. I'm like, well, I have this, and she doesn't have that, and I was doing all this, and I heard a voice, which I say it's God. It has to be because I'm not gonna be listening to random stuff. My girls know what I'm talking about, so y'all be like, what? They know. It's an inside thing. And I heard the voice say to me, the fact that you had to run down a list of what you are and what she's not, you lost. She won. And I was like, what? But I have this and I have that. And the voice like, no, sis. When you start comparing yourself to other people and tearing them down, whatever game that you was playing in your mind, you've already been defeated. You've already lost. The biggest flex you can ever have is just be yourself. Be yourself without comparing yourself to other people. Be yourself without tearing other people down. Just stay in your lane. You ain't got to talk bad about nobody. Because when it's over, it's over. I ain't talking about just relationship. I'm talking about in life. When it's over, it's over. We don't talk about you no more. We've moved on. You're no longer exist. You don't exist to me. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to be mean. You got to move on. Like me and Kyrie was talking about yesterday. Everybody's not meant to be on the journey with you forever. Some people are for a season in time in your life. Don't get mad when people are just seasonal. Seasons change. That's okay. We'll just all move on. You know what I mean? And be fabulous. Do it.
Not with me. I don't do the seasons mess. Just you
No, I'm
either
just
in
saying.
or out.
No, that's what I'm saying. Seasons change though. Relationships change. I mean, you think about over the years, all the different people who have come into your life and they're no longer there. You know what I mean? They weren't meant to be there forever. They were there in your life during that season in time. And that season is over. You can't go back to that season. Just like you can't go
Right.
back to a calendar date. We'll always have another fall. It won't be the exact same fall of 2017. Can't get that back because that season is over. Now you're in a new place.
True. True.
But what's consistent is us.
True.
Period. There's been a lot of people who have come and gone. But baby, who's been in the corner, who's been with me side by side, is my Kyrie and my Alicia. My
Yeah,
ladies.
y'all don't really have a choice. I wish you Negroes would try and leave me. I'm gonna pull a Mike.
Pull up Mike, baby.
I'm gonna be the stalker coming out some bushes. I'd be like, yeah, I knew they went to the mall. Like that'd be me hating from a distance, and then I'm gonna be running up. I said, what y'all doing? Why ain't y'all call
You
me?
don't
Yeah,
ever have
that's
to worry
definitely
about
me.
that, honey. Where I go, you
Wish
go. We
y'all.
going together. We going together. Period.
Mm,
Any last thoughts
I know
on
that's
this
right.
episode? Episodio 14? I'm working on my Spanish. Y'all need more.
Cool.
I'm trying to improve. I'm trying to get better at it.
They Spanish people appreciate that.
What? I can't hear you. What'd you say?
I said my Spanish cousins would. Oh, my network is struggling. Anyways,
Oh,
they would appreciate that.
I'm working on it. Trying to do my thug fizzle. It's in me to do so. I just don't use it because I really don't have nobody to talk to. So you don't use it, you lose it. So, but we are wrapping up this episode. Any final thoughts? I have a final thought, and I'll make it brief. Mike upset me horribly. I mean, I read this and it was like I had never read this chapter before. And I was so deeply wounded, like a dog that had been shot and the bullet just didn't kill me. You know what I'm saying? It brought up such a deep emotion, and not just my own stuff, but like the things I've seen, like my girls go through, relatives, other relatives, just things, you know what I mean, that people go through and so many times in relationships. And it's almost like if you tell people, they'd be like, nobody could be that crazy. I'm here to testify, saints. There are some people who are absolutely that crazy and beyond. It's sad. I hope that, the ones who are taking the time to watch this podcast won't just see our anger, but you'll see the fact that we're very passionate. And like I told you before, we're not just getting on here and just having a cute little podcast. It gets real, baby. It gets down. It gets dirty, you know. And the thing that I appreciate about this podcast and this space is allowing us to be transparent. There's going to be times when you see us super silly and crazy, and there's going to be some times where it's going to be emotional, And we got something that's going to be coming up here soon with Deja, and it's going to be like, oh Lord, yeah. So we are definitely going to have to put a trigger on that, trigger warning on that one, because that involves some real stuff. But anyway, thank you again for tuning into this episode. We really appreciate your support, and the support is really being felt. Like it's not just like, oh, somebody's just tuning in, or maybe no. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it with the numbers in terms of people reading, and I'm really deeply appreciative of you all. I appreciate my co-host for being here, just repping honey for Rose City, coming through each and every week with the sauce, baby. So I appreciate you both. So that's it for this episode of Rose City, the After Show. We hope you enjoyed our episode 14. Don't forget to tune in next week. We will be diving into episode 15 if you haven't already read it. We're here for you. The links are there. We are providing what you need. Go ahead and read. The first 3 episodes are free on Kindle Vella, so get with it, baby. Get busy. New episodes are being published every single week. Episode 37 will be published this week. For those of you who are that advanced, you're gonna like it because Mike has a nice unexpected surprise that comes his way. We love hearing from our readers, so please add your thoughts, questions, and theories to the comment or reach out to us on Rose City, the After Show on Facebook. All links will be provided in the description. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again next time in Rose City. Bye.